Hello. How are you doing, you guys? Put it in the chat. How are you doing? So excited to be here on TikTok and YouTube. If you are ready to go, let me know. Put a go in the chat. Let's do this. So, today I'm going to be talking about how I turned a flopped, I don't like using that word, but flopped launch with only one client in my last group coaching launch and turned it around to have 6 clients signing up to my current launch in the mastermind. So 6 clients signed up in 48 hours. They're incredible dream clients, like super excited about them. A lot of them are already making 6 figures and they just want to go bigger. And also now I have 8 clients out of 10, and we're going to sell this launch out. So I'm going to talk today about how I turned it around. What are some of the gaps that were really holding me back in my previous launch? And what did I change? And you guys, there are literal things that I changed. So I'm going to go through all of that. And hopefully this is going to help you to also turn around some things that maybe are not quite moving the needle forward in your business and in your launches, to have sold out launches like this with 5 clients to 10 clients or more signing up into your masterminds, your group coaching programs, your high ticket one-to-one coaching programs, your courses, whatever it is that you are selling. So if you could help me out by letting me know in the chat, if you are watching here, by letting me know in the chat, what are you currently trying to sell out, so that when it comes to me explaining and breaking down the, steps that I took, I can give it in a way that relates to you and your, own launches. Like if you're trying to launch a course or if you're trying to launch a group coaching program, and be specific with who you're launching it for. So I'm launching a group coaching program to get ESL teachers to be able to go independent from a platform. Okay. So like if you could put that YouTube peeps and also TikTok peeps, if you could put it in the comments, if you're currently working on selling something out, a private coaching program for moms, to, have more quality time with their kids, whatever it is that you are currently working on selling out, put it in the chat so that I can help you out here. Okay, so we're going to have some time as well. This one's going to go very quick, I just want to get straight to the point, straight into it, so that we are not wasting any of your time. And also that we have more time at the end for Q&A. So if you know me and I know you, put your name in the chat, because I can't see who's on the live here. I can only see on TikTok, but I can't see on YouTube. So anyways, I hope that your Monday has been incredible. I am still highly caffeinated, as you can probably tell. I woke up this morning, hung out with my hubs, got a late start. I always get a late start on Mondays. I started work at about 11 a.m. I went to my favorite town, picked up a drink, picked up a mocha, started creating some content for both Instagram and TikTok and my Instagram stories, posted on Instagram stories, checked in with my clients, came back home, created some TikTok videos, and now I'm making supper. The meatloaf is in the oven. It is in the oven. The mashed potatoes are in the Instant Pot. So I'm super excited. So you guys, like, I literally look at my day-to-day life, and my Mondays are literally, I look forward to my Mondays so much. Like I literally will be on a Sunday. Like yesterday, I was like, oh, I can't wait for Monday to come. And this is so different from the classroom. Like, this is so different because on Sunday in the classroom, I was literally dreading for Monday to come. And I don't know if any of you have been in the classroom or, were, like classroom teachers or online teachers or whatever it is. But I can't believe, like, I feel so blessed, and I want you to have the same. And if you already have the same, that's incredible. I'm so excited. Thanks for bringing some energy to Monday afternoon. Well, you're welcome. I have a lot of coffee in my system. Hi, Minerva. Where did you get your necklace? I got it from my mentor. So I think she got them custom made. Her community is called the Freedom Queen community. Reading resources for families, paid course. Wonderful. Beautiful, Audrey. I can't wait to help you with that. Okay, so let's get into it, you guys. Let's see here. So my last launch, just to give you some context. So when I first launched this group coaching program, it's called Teacher Transformed, which is a phenomenal program. And it helps teachers to start basically to create their first high ticket coaching program and sell and launch that. And it has amazing, I still use it as a course for my current clients because it's incredible. We in that cohort, in the first cohort, I had 9 clients, 9 teacherpreneurs, and that was almost a sold out launch because I had 10 spots open. It was a 3-month program. Um, and I was honestly thinking, because I was so like, the first launch was so good and almost got fully sold out, I was honestly thinking to myself, like, wow, this next launch of this program, the second time I launched it was June. I was like, this is going to sell out. Like, let's go, let's go, let's go. Right. And when it came around to the time, I was like, my community is ready. I know like the teachers here that are ready to take action. Like, I know that there's people that are going to just want to jump in. And so the first day, one teacher jumped in and I was like, oh yes, we're off to a good start. We're doing it. We're doing it. Like, let's go. This is going to sell out. Right. And then the next day, no one signed up. Okay, fine. The next day, no one signed up. The next week, no one signed up. The next week, no one signed up. The next week, no one signed up. I was like, oh my gosh, what is happening? What is happening? And I did like literally all of the things that I was supposed to do. I did the emails with the bonus ending. I did like I created content that was like authority building and transformation and blah blah blah. And I sold on my IG stories all every dang day. And I like went live way more than this launch. Like, I was showing up on live every freaking day and I was exhausted. Hi Estella. One second, Estella. And like, literally, one client signed up. And Minerva says, yes, your vibe has transformed. LOL. Good. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. So she's seeing something here. We need to break this one down. So anyway, I thought I was doing all the things. And you guys, if you feel like that too, and if you're like, you know that your program is transformative, you know, like your clients need to get their hands on this, your audience needs to get their hands on this, because at the end of the day, you guys, if no one signs up to your program, you won't transform their lives to the extent that you could if they did, right? They're not moving forward. We need to activate them to move, right? And that's your life's purpose. That's what you truly want, is you want them to have these incredible transformations. And if you're just not selling out your launches, it's just not happening for them. We want to make an impact in people's lives. We want to make a difference in their lives. And if we're not selling out our launches, unfortunately, we're really not. That's the whole reason we're here, right? So I'm going to break down, some things that I changed. And one thing that I changed, which Minerva totally has right, is my vibe change. But I'm going to get into why. Why did my vibe change? What did I do? You guys, and Minerva is a mindset coach, by the way. So she's really intuitive with these things. So it's mindset, you guys. My mindset. I had to have a shift in my mindset. The thing is, and I'm going to give some examples of how I was when selling out this launch. One thing is that at that point in time, I was basing my entire business success or failure on one sold out launch. So when this launch didn't sell, I said that it flopped. I literally broke down, and every day I was anxious. I didn't want to show up. And I thought to myself, is this meant to be? Should I burn my business down to the ground? Because I was like, I've literally done so much work. So much work. I've invested $2,000 a month into mentorship. I've done literally everything I could possibly do. So I don't know if this business is working out because one client signed up. So I brought that to my mastermind. So I'm in a mastermind. So I brought that to my mastermind and I said, Bridge, she's my mentor. I'm like, Bridge. And I said this in front of the group. I'm like, I feel so ashamed. Like, I feel so embarrassed because I need help. Like, my group coaching program, like, flopped. It flopped. And, like, I don't know what happened. I need to figure this out. And she said, hold up, Jenna." Thanks, Minerva. She said, "Hold up, Jenna." She goes, "Didn't you sign on a client?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I signed on one client." She's like, "So you made a sale. You have a client. You're going to transform her life." I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, I don't use the language of flop. I don't say flop. Like like nothing in my world is a flop. Like, it's always a learning, it's a time to learn, it's a time to grow. You guys, this is the importance of getting in the room. This is the importance of having support, because we can all get that mindset, that negative mindset sometimes, but especially in business, you need to have this positive, resilient mindset. I call it the fearless mindset to move forward. Okay? So immediately, like snap of the fingers, when she said that to me, I immediately understood. And by the way, this also showcases the importance of working with someone who lights you on fire, because the reason that her and I are on the same wavelength is because she's so aligned. I'm so aligned with her. And even though she was at a price point much higher than a coach that could potentially help me, like, she was at a price point much higher, you guys. It was a stretch to get into her mastermind. But I did it. Why? Because I knew that we were so aligned and on the same wavelength that when she says something, immediately I absorb it. It snaps. So with a flip, like when she said that, you guys, I was like, "Oh my gosh, you are totally right. One launch does not determine my success and my identity, and if I am going to have this amazing business or not." And also, one person signed up. I'm going to change one person's life. Ty, I see you. I see you, Ty. Hey, hey. And so this was just a beautiful moment, you guys. So what ended up happening was my mindset shifted, and I celebrated the one client that joined. The one client that joined. And I really put everything into her, and she's amazing, and she has grown so quickly from just starting a business from scratch. Okay? So, I honestly went from thinking uh going from launch to launch as like making or breaking my business. So, like, okay, thinking one launch is going to make or break my business, into what can I do now that the launch did not sell out to reach my next goal, which at the time was six figures, right? So, reach my next goal in my business to have a steady, sustainable 5 to 10K months, six figures. What can I do to sell out my next launch? What can I do to be more intentional? So what I got when I got to work, hey boo. When I got to work, what I did first was the second step I took beyond my mindset was um I literally was so intentional with the next 3 months, and I planned out literally everything with my mentor. So I went in and I said, "Bridge, hey Bridge." I was like, "I realize that I need to be extremely intentional. Can you help me do this? Because this is my goal. I want to reach six figures. I want to sell out my next launch. I have a mastermind that I'm truly in love with and so passionate about. And I really want to change people's lives." So I planned out everything, including my IG stories for an entire, like over an entire month, for 6 weeks, my content that was specific to the next launch, my messaging, worked on my messaging, tweaking it every single day, bringing my content to the mastermind group, having them check it out in the group channel, my emails, and the bonuses that I'm going to offer through the launch phases as well. So I was really, really intentional with the strategy there. Let's see here. One second here. I gotta decline this. So basically, that's one thing that I did is I was immediately more intentional. Now, what I see happening with some of my like clients and teacherpreneurs that first come to me is they don't have everything planned out in a launch. They don't have everything planned out, like content, IG stories, it's almost like deer in the headlights. They don't really understand what they need to plan out to have a sold out launch. And what I'm getting here is they don't know what their clients need to hear to sign up to their programs. And you guys, when you have the right things in place, the content, the messaging, the IG stories that sell, the emails, the free challenger masterclass, and they're all just beautifully aligned, absolute magic happens. Absolute magic. Put it in the chat, magic. Put it in the chat, magic. Absolute magic happens. I am telling you guys, that all aligned for me so well that the first 48 hours I opened the doors to this launch, 6 clients, dream clients, literally came to my messages and said, sign me up. Our sales conversation in the DMs was literally like, what are your goals for your business? And they were like, let's get through this. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. Like, sign me up. So it really was just on my end, it was really just like me trying to see if we're aligned if they're aligned for the program, right? Hi, you guys. Hey, TikTok. So it was so magical, you guys, and I'm so like blessed for the clients that are currently in there, the teacherpreneurs that are currently in there. But I do want to go deeper into the strategy here, okay? So strategically, what I did most importantly in my content, specifically in my content plan, was I 10 times the amount of transformational content that I posted. Okay. So what I did was I went back to my origin story. What is this? My origin story is like my initial story of how I transformed my life. So this goes back to the classroom, right? I went back 3 years ago, talked about how I was in the classroom working over 40-hour weeks. This is how I felt. I was really burnt out and drained. This is what I was doing at the time. Then I talked about the steps I took to get out of that situation and build this 6-figure coaching business. Then I talked about where my life is now, what my days look like. I can now wake up with no alarms. I look into my emails and see payment notifications from Stripe saying you welcomed in a new member. I check at my phone. There's DMs from dream clients, like literal aligned clients, dream clients. I used to get DMs, but it was like from people who weren't aligned at all. Okay. So like I literally explain what day-to-day life looks like now that I've taken steps out of my, the place that I was in. So the whole transformation, I shared that 10 times, in fact, probably like 100 times more. You can see that a lot on my Instagram and TikTok that I talked about my transformation. That was one content switch I immediately changed and immediately got clients. Insane, you guys. It's the smallest tweaks that make the biggest difference. You may think that you're doing everything, but then when you get in the room with a mentor who can see the gaps that you're making, oh my gosh. I have had clients who've literally had, again, magic happen. Put it in the chat, magic. I want to see magic here. Put in the chat, magic. Hey, Xavier. I want to see it in chat, you guys. Magic can happen. So anyways, so basically that's the biggest content switch that I made. I also included launch specific content, which I can definitely get into in a different video here because it definitely will take a long time for me to do that. The TikTok content is about the changes and it's very compelling. Yes. So TikTok is all about storytelling, but also in Instagram. When you show the before and the after and the steps in between, that really activates your audience. And you guys, the reason I chose to up transformational content and not things like problem aware and not things like educational is because transformational content has the power to both get you in front, get you visible, and the algorithm pushing you out to your dream clients, as well as get you sold out. It does two things. Two things. Problem aware content is more of a selling vibe to it. It's not really getting you in front of more people. Educational, kind of a little bit of a mix, but again, it's more like talking to the people who are currently in your audience. Transformational, you guys, will push you out for the masses and get you in front of the right people and also align you with the correct clients. Because when you share your story, that has the power to reach the people that you want to reach, the people that are going to work so well with you to actually get the transformations. Because you guys, there's also a thing called unaligned clients. So even if someone wants to work with you, it's not always aligned. And then they don't get the results they're looking for. So it's the difference between when you see a coach and you're like, oh my gosh, that person lights me on fire. That person lights me on fire. You're going to get way more results with that person than someone who you just think, oh, that's a cheaper price. So don't hire me just because I'm the cheaper price. I want you to hire me because I light you on fire. It's like, you know, in a classroom, right? Students, with your students. It's like some students you just really get along with. It's like boom, boom, boom. And then some students get along with that other teachers, right? Same thing. What's up, Andrew? TEDx talk, TEDx teacher talk. I love it. Okay, so strategically, that's one thing that I upped. Okay, so transformational content. So when you do that, you guys, it has so much power. Again, just briefly, I'll talk about this, but along with transformational content, I posted launch specific content that is designed for a sold out launch. Okay, so when I talk about a sold out launch, you guys, I'm talking about a launch that you can make half or more than half, even a whole year of your teaching income. I've made already over $20,000 with this one launch. That's half of my previous classroom teaching income. This has the power, you guys, to allow you to quit the classroom, to allow you to scale to 6 figures, to allow you to be able to stay at home with your babies, to allow you to work from home. Like, this is insane. And this can happen to you. And it's a matter of weeks sometimes. So this type of content strategically includes you discussing why mentorship. Why does your dream client need mentorship? It also includes your framework. What sets you apart with your own framework? Like, I'm talking about what methods do you use that no one else uses, or do you use that maybe other people use, but you use it in your own way? Talking about your own methods. How are your dream clients going to get through the transformation that you're showing them they can get through? Okay. The other thing is to include your offer story. Your offer story, why you ended up creating this offer. And usually this is like your transformation, right? So like, for instance, in this offer that I have, the Fearless Mastermind, which, by the way, Minerva, this cohort does start and end together. So this is a 6-month mastermind. So, you know, it's going to be an evergreen mastermind, but we're starting this cohort tomorrow. And it's going to be 6 months. So the first group is going to be 6 months. And if they decide to re-sign with me and they get lots of wins and they're like, I really like this support, then they can continue because it's evergreen. I know you had an evergreen program you were selling. So a launch specific is your offer story, right? So why did you create this offer? So with this offer, I am helping other teacherpreneurs and other online coaches be able to scale to 6 figures, something that I've been able to do this year through sold out launches, through signing on high ticket clients, through selling every day, through my content, through my mindset, my fearless mindset. And I actually go through the 6 steps to 6 figures, which includes fearless mindset. The second step, which are all trainings in the mastermind, is attracting messaging for dream clients. The third step is creating irresistible offers that set you up for recurring 5K plus months. That means that you have predictable 5K plus income months every single month without having to sign on another client for 8 to 12 months down the line. It's incredible. The fourth one, so we did fearless mindset, dream clients, irresistible offers. The fourth one is content that converts. So I'm taking you through my 5 content types and also my launch specific content to sell out your next launch and also to sign on clients every single week. Or if you have a teaching business that's just selling digital resources, to make sales every single week. The fifth one is a sold out launch. So how to get a sold out launch. What are the 4 phases of that? And I take my teacherpreneurs through number 6, activating yourself to activate your audience, which is why Minerva said, my vibe has transformed. And this is a huge part of how I've been able to sell out this, and how I'm able to sell this many spots in this mastermind. And it's going to be a sold out launch. So I talk about my framework, right? That's 6 steps to 6 figures. Those are the 6 steps I took. You also have to showcase, why are you the expert? The way that you lead yourself. How do you lead yourself when it comes to, even in your life and related to your business, your own transformation, and any gaps that your clients, your dream clients have that are keeping them from their end result. So that's my launch specific content, which I go into depth with my Fearless Mastermind teacherpreneurs. So the final thing that I'm going to talk about today that I changed in my launch. So just kind of like a review, right? Review. We talked about strategically how I included more transformational content. We also strategically talked about how I included launch specific content this time. And third thing I did strategically was I hosted a 3-day challenge specifically designed for dream clients and the goals and giving them the solution to what they need. In the past, I hosted one masterclass, 1-day masterclass. The problem with the masterclass approach is that your clients don't get any wins from one masterclass. So someone comes to a free masterclass. I'm sure you guys have been to a free masterclass, right? Let me know in the chat if you've been to a masterclass. Say me in the chat. Say me in the chat. But like, basically, sorry, I was reading a comment here. I got distracted. So basically, in a masterclass, it's like, you go through the steps. Okay, 6 steps to 6 figures, great. But then when it comes to them implementing it, they're not getting any wins or getting much clarity because it's only 1 day and you can only absorb so much in 1 day. So I switched to a 3-day challenge. And it was called the Fearlessly Sold Out Coach, which this is the last day to watch that challenge. And then it's going to go into the Limitless membership. So basically what this did was it allowed my teacherpreneurs to understand what I'm about, how I lead, how I teach. It also helped them to understand the framework that I'm taking them through, and to start seeing, wow, this is really possible for me. Wow, I can get a grip on this and I can do this myself. It was incredible. So they were able to just get so many wins. I got so many comments and feedback from that challenge. And I was also able to activate them in that challenge to move, to take actions on their goals, on their businesses. This challenge made a huge difference in my launch. Huge difference. So that's what I included on a strategic level. So inside my mastermind, the thing that I focus on 2 areas: who you are being, Who are you being to build this six-figure business as a teacherpreneur, as a leader, as a mentor, as a coach? Who are you actually being? Are you embodying what you preach? For instance, let's say that you create engaging lessons, or you help other teachers create engaging lessons on OutSchool so they can sell out their classes and they have the most fun with their students. Are you embodying that? Are you selling out your classes? Are you doing the thing? Who are you being? Or are you not? Are you giving up on your business when things get hard? Are you giving up on certain things and holding back in areas in your life when things get hard? So are you being specifically a leader that people can rely on, that people can trust? Because people like consistency. If they can't trust you, if you're not the same for a long period of time and you just kind of dip, and maybe you come to your Instagram stories and you dip, and then you come back and you dip out, and then you come back, are you being trustworthy? Are you being a leader that they'd actually invest in? When it comes to your business, are you relying on one launch to make or break your business? That's not a leader that I would trust in and invest in. So you have to think about that. I'm sorry if that calls some of you out, but you have to think about that. And by the way, I wouldn't be saying it if I did not go through that. I just recently went through that, you guys. People want someone they can look up to and trust. They want a leader. So that's what we focus on in the Fearless Mastermind, as well as number two, the how. Again, the how, the foundations. How is your content activating your audience and your dream clients to say, sign me up? Like literally, someone literally said to me, beautiful teacherpreneur, amazing dream client. She was like, how can I sign up to the mastermind? She didn't even care about any sales conversation. She knew that that was what she needed to do right now. Why is that? Because my content is so good, is so activating, and also builds the know, like, and trust, so I don't have to do the work. She already trusts me. She sees me as a leader. She knows I can help her. So the how, the content that activates your clients, the 6 steps I took, right? The 6 steps to 6 figures. The messaging. Are you really truly speaking to your dream clients, or are you speaking to someone you think will buy? That's a big thing I see in the space. It's like if you're speaking to someone who is broken in a way because you think that they'll be desperate enough to sign up to your program, if you're saying things like you're living paycheck to paycheck right now and you can't get out of the place and boom boom boom, and you're really negative, and you think that giving that pain and pain and pain and just hitting them with the pain all the time is going to get them desperate enough to sign up. That's not how you're going to sign dream clients or even people that are going to be willing to hop into your programs and pay. So we get down to the nitty gritty of who you're speaking to, your messaging, your launches. Are you being intentional with your launches? I have a 4-week launch plan. Everything is intentional, you guys. I planned out everything. Instagram stories, TikTok videos, Instagram reels, carousel pieces, what my focuses are. I planned out everything. When my emails are going out, every single detail. This is something that I'm supporting my teacherpreneurs through the mastermind. We're going to customize, like actual go deep down. I'm going deep down into their businesses and able to customize for them with where they're at and what their goals are. These are some of the things that I'm teaching in the Fearless Mastermind. These are some of the things that you guys need to do in order to have a sold out launch, in order to get to the next step in your business, whether that's 5K months, 10K months, 6 figures, or just being able to impact more lives, right? Amen? So I want to bring this back to you. I want you to know that you guys, my flopped launch, if I never went through that, I would have never had this clarity and this success with this launch. I would have never opened my beautiful mastermind, which I absolutely love this program and the teacherpreneurs in it. So your failures, your deepest failures can lead to your greatest success. And you have to go through failures in business to know what next step to take. How can you adapt? How can you tweak? How can you change? How can you become a student again? How can you refine? How can you lean into your mentorship? And sometimes you have to go through those failures. And you guys have been through a lot. But don't look at it as a failure. Remember who you are. Remember who you are. Who are you being in your business will determine the success of your business. I hope that this helps. This got really deep, you guys. So yes, to answer questions, if anyone has questions, let me know in the chat. Audrey, I know that Audrey's was watching in here, and she is selling a reading resources for families with a paid course. Okay, awesome. Let me know, Audrey, if you have any questions about selling that out. Oh, Minerva was saying she noticed a difference in my Instagram stories. So she noticed that my personality came out more on my Instagram stories. And I also decreased the writing on my Instagram stories. And you guys, it comes from the energy of less convincing. I'm not trying to convince you guys to sign up to my programs. I'm just saying, hey, if you're at this place and you're like, I'm ready to go and build my 6-figure business, and you've been waiting forever, but you're like, I'm ready to go, then great, join us. If not, next time. I am not like relying on one client or one story to define my entire business. That's not the energy. The energy is, I know that my shit is good. I know that my coaching and mentorship is incredible. Like, I'm a teacher, for God's sake. You know, I know that my stuff is good. I know that my clients get results. I'm happy with my life. I'm happy beyond my business. I'm happy in my personal life. I've had a lot of shit to work through this year. So I don't need to convince anyone that I'm the right mentor for them. I don't do convincing on IG stories. I do less and less and less of that, because that attracts a client that needs convincing, and you do not want to attract clients that need convincing. You want clients who are self-led, because guess what? They get the best results and they get the most out of your programs. My meatloaf is done. So put your questions in the chat. I'm going to grab my meatloaf quick. Put your questions in the chat. Both TikTok, I'm going to look at TikTok as well, and YouTube here. That is done. Okay, let's check here. All right, do we have any questions? Okay, so basically someone asked me a question on TikTok, but it's way up here. 1 second, TikTok. And you can ask any questions you have, you guys. Okay, someone said something about Estella. It was Estella. Trying to find it. It's way up here. We have so many TikTokers that joined us. Okay, so Estella says, so you sell courses for teachers to sell courses? I don't have a course currently. So what I do is I mentor teachers on building six-figure businesses. So they don't necessarily sell the same things as me. I have teacherpreneurs who sell digital lessons. I also have teacherpreneurs who sell courses and memberships and coaching programs. I have, teacherpreneurs who do tutoring and they have tutoring businesses. They have six-figure tutoring businesses. So I just help them market and sell whatever it is that they have passion to sell and build a six-figure business. So no, I don't teach online anymore. I used to teach online for Outschool. Okay, any questions here? I don't think I see any questions. Let me know if you have. This is your time to shine, you guys. Questions? Questions. Well, I don't see any questions here. Feel free to ask them. And if you wanted to ask me about any program, or if you are like, hey, I want to see what the Fearless Mastermind is about, or I'm feeling like, wow, this is really my goal this year, then DM me on Instagram. So we start tomorrow. This cohort will start together. So currently there is a bonus going on where you will get an extended 8-month payment plan, which brings your payments down quite a bit. And then tomorrow evening, the extended payment is going away. So there's a nice discount. This really brings the monthly price down for teachers. Okay. So if you want to get in with that extended payment, reach out to me on Instagram. And also, if you sign up today, you'll start with the group. So you'll get to know the group. You'll get in the group right away. You'll get the support. So I'm super excited about that. Someone asked me about what steps can I take to really understand my expertise here. Thank you. So as far as expertise goes, if you're trying to figure out, like, it depends on, like, have you figured out a niche, or is that something that you're trying to figure out? So you guys, my Instagram, I'm going to post it in the comments. It's basically it's.gently. It's.gently. And so you can DM me there, whether you're on TikTok or YouTube. So, tall dark fellow, what steps can I take to really understand my expertise? Let me know. Do you have a business yet, or are you trying to figure out what to offer as a coach? What to offer? So this is my Instagram handle. Yes, yes. Trying to understand what to offer as a coach. Okay. So if you're at the starting phases, like you're just beginning, maybe you're even an online teacher, but you're trying to figure out what you could coach, right? So basically, what you want to do is you want to list down, like, as many things you can that you have a passion for, that you have expertise with. So what does that mean? Challenges you've overcome in life or in the classroom. So I had a teacherpreneur client who, she didn't really want to, like, do educational stuff. She wanted to talk about travel and how she was able to budget her flights internationally and take these long 3-month trips as a female and do this solo traveling for 3 months at a time. And she was able to do that within her budget. So that's what she helps other women do. Right? So that's a challenge she overcame. Another challenge, like if you want to do something related to the classroom, is if you're really good with classroom management, if you used to be really overwhelmed and the kids were like bouncing off the walls and they weren't listening to you and they weren't sitting in the chair by the time the bell rings, and you overcame that, you can help other teachers do the same. Right? So it depends on what you're most passionate about, because it's for you, it's really important to not just go where you think the money is, because a lot of people go into like business and making money just because they think that that's the only way to sign on clients online, and it's not. In fact, the people that do more like mindset, health and wellness usually tend to make more money because their clients don't need to make more money. They already have money. So, you guys, it's not about which niche can I make more money in. It's about what you have a passion for, because that is going to set you on fire when it comes to creating content. Like, you guys, your business should be something that you love to teach. If it's not, you're not going to have energy to do what I'm doing right now at 5 p.m. on a Monday night, going live on YouTube with this much energy. The reason I have this much energy is because I actually love what I do. So choose something you love. Okay, beautiful, you guys. Well, my meatloaf is done. It's been amazing. Thank you so much for coming. I hope to talk to you soon and connect with you soon. I'm always a message away on Instagram. And yeah, have an amazing rest of your week. Bye, you guys.